Alright, let's dive into something that's been making waves in the media and tech world lately, Ergen's EchoStar, and its latest financial rollercoaster. Now, if you've been keeping an eye on the pay TV landscape, you know it's been a rough ride for traditional providers. But what's happening with EchoStar is a perfect case study of how quickly things can shift in this industry. Here's the deal. EchoStar just lost 241,000 pay TV subscribers in the second quarter. Personally, I think this is a big deal, but not for the reason you might expect. Yes, it's a significant drop, but what's more fascinating is the context. Last year, they lost 261,000 subscribers in the same period. So, technically, they're doing better this year, if you can call it that. But here's the kicker. This isn't just about cord cutting, which we all know is a massive trend. It's about the broader struggle of legacy media companies to adapt to a streaming-dominated world. What many people don't realize is that EchoStar's decline isn't just a numbers game, it's a symptom of a much larger shift in consumer behavior. If you take a step back and think about it, this isn't just about losing subscribers, it's about losing relevance in a rapidly evolving market. Now, let's talk about the financials, because this is where things get really interesting. Despite losing subscribers and seeing revenue drop from $3.72 billion to $3.58 billion, EchoStar managed to post a staggering $8.46 billion in net income. Wait, what? How does that even make sense? Well, it's all thanks to a massive non-cash gain from deconsolidation. Strip that out, and their net income would have been a measly $49.5 million. In my opinion, this is a classic example of how financial engineering can mask underlying issues. Sure, the numbers look good on paper, but they don't tell the whole story. What this really suggests is that EchoStar is relying on one-time gains to stay afloat, which isn't sustainable in the long run. And let's be honest, this isn't just EchoStar's problem. It's a trend we're seeing across the industry as companies struggle to find their footing in a post-cable world. But here's where it gets even more complicated. EchoStar's Hughes network system division just filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy. Now, this is a detail I find fascinating. Hughes is their satellite internet arm, and it's drowning in $1.5 billion of debt. The company claims this won't affect Dish, Sling TV, or the rest of EchoStar, but I'm not so sure. From my perspective, this feels like a band-aid solution. Yes, bankruptcy allows them to reorganize and negotiate with bondholders, but it's also a red flag. What makes this really interesting is that it's not just about Hughes, it's about the broader challenges of satellite-based services in an era where fiber and 5G are gaining ground. If Hughes can't compete, what does that mean for the rest of EchoStar's satellite-dependent business? One thing that immediately stands out is how EchoStar is being squeezed from all sides. On one hand, they're losing pay TV subscribers to streaming platforms like Netflix and Disney+. On the other, their wireless and broadband services are seeing revenue declines. It's like they're caught in a vice, and their traditional strengths, satellite TV and internet, aren't enough to keep them competitive. Personally, I think this raises a deeper question. Can legacy media companies truly innovate their way out of this mess? Or are they destined to become relics of a bygone era? I'm not saying EchoStar is doomed, but they're definitely at a crossroads. If they don't pivot aggressively and soon, they risk becoming irrelevant. So, what's the bigger picture here? In my opinion, EchoStar's struggles are a microcosm of the media industry's existential crisis. Streaming isn't just a trend, it's the new normal. And companies that can't adapt are going to get left behind. But here's the thing, adaptation isn't just about launching a streaming service or cutting costs. It's about fundamentally rethinking how you deliver value to consumers. What many people don't realize is that the real battle isn't just about content, it's about technology, infrastructure, and customer experience. EchoStar's challenges are a wake-up call for anyone still clinging to the old ways of doing business. As we wrap this up, I'm left with one big question: what's next for EchoStar? Will they double down on their satellite routes? Or will they finally embrace a more diversified strategy? Personally, I think the latter is their only hope. But time is running out, and the clock is ticking louder than ever. So, what do you think? Is EchoStar a sinking ship, or do they still have a fighting chance? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear your take on this.